Greetings, everyone watching later online. I'm so glad you are with us today. And today is the last week of our three-part series, The Architecture of Spiritual Deepening, where we're using a short spiritual writing from Unity member Jay Woods to look at 12 movements of our spiritual life. Now, for 2 weeks, we've been building an inner architecture, and we've already laid the foundation, and we've done the construction. We did that last week, and now it's time for the grand opening, where our spiritual life doesn't just deepen, it expands. In our spiritual life, the grand opening happens in the 4 movements of, who could guess the first one? We've only been talking about it all day. What could it possibly be? Release. Yes. Let go, let God, and it comes full circle back to understand. So here's the closing sequence of Jay Wood's poem. Let's say it together. When I empower, I release. When I release, I let go. When I let go, I let God. When I let God, I understand. So the very first one, movement 9, is release. When I empower, I release. So release. Well, it is one of Unity's 12 powers. If you've been around any time, you know that. It is one of the 12 powers. And the release of thoughts, habits, and attachments that no longer serve our well-being is freeing. Joe talked about that in the daily word, how when we release, we feel freer. And it frees mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual space so we can respond to life with clarity and openness to spirit. So we know this. We just sang this song. Let's say it together. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life. And say the next one with me. I release the past with ease and trust in the process of life. So in the architecture of spiritual deepening, release is the clearing phase. It's gently dismantling the inner scaffolding that has been holding up the old structures and behaviors and patterns that we have outgrown. So the new blueprint has room to breathe. It's like a really good spring or summer clean that keeps spirit moving freely through us. Now, release doesn't mean that we stop caring or we stop showing up. It means we stop gripping things that immobilize us and that keep our good at bay. Release is when we stop rehearsing an argument. Who likes to rehearse those arguments in their head? Some people I'm going to tell them. When we stop trying to control someone's reaction. And it's when we stop carrying the weight of things that we can't fix. So release is realizing you do not have to be the unpaid project manager of the universe. Isn't that nice? We're going to let that job go. I release is the first movement toward the grand opening of the soul. And so we move to movement 10, let go. Let's say it together, let go. When I release, I let go. Release and letting go, they kind of sound similar. They kind of feel like they might be similar, but they're actually different steps in the architecture of spiritual deepening. We can release something, and we can still keep it close, physically, mentally, emotionally, or spiritually. Release loosens the grip, and letting go removes it. So you think of a yo-yo for a moment. You can unwind it with a flick of a twist, with a flick of your wrist, right? Who's ever done yo-yoing? There was a big craze many years ago when I was teaching school. All the kids had yo-yos. They were walking the dog. They were doing all those crazy things, loop-de-loops and all of that. But with another flick of the wrist, what happens? Comes right back. So release without letting go works the same way. the thought, the worry, the attachment. Release, we bring it right back if we don't let it go. Or think of sorting through your home. You might have a few items that you're willing to release, but you're not quite sure. You're like, maybe not. So you put them in a box and you say, well, when I'm ready, I'll take them to the thrift store. And release says maybe. And letting go says, I'm done. And letting go is when you actually take that box to the thrift store and donate it and give it away. And you don't go back the next day and say, but I really wanted that item in that box. No, you're done with it. So letting go is final. It's where we allow something to be done, gone or complete. And Ricky Byers doesn't sing, I release and I take back. I release and I hold on and put it in my box to think about. She sings, I release and I do what? I release and I let go. Charles Fillmore said, let's say it together, we must learn to let go, to give up, to make room for the things we have prayed for and desired. And this is letting go as spiritual cooperation. Letting go is surrender of the outcome, not surrender of our power. It's choosing not to circle the same thought, to revisit the same worry, or hold on just in case. Let's read this together. Most people who have a problem concentrate. I don't hear anyone. Okay, let's start again. Most people who have a problem concentrate on the problem. They take it to bed with them and stay awake all night thinking it over. Let go of that problem. Rise above it in consciousness. Emmett Fox. Who does that sometimes? We all do, right? We all can take our problems to bed with us. And it's like, move over. I need more space. Like our little Merlin boy, Cat. He likes to sleep right in between us. And he takes up a lot of space. He's not a problem, though. So I'm not going to make him go away. But letting go is realizing that a white knuckle grip on life doesn't actually improve anything. I let go prepares us for the unveiling of a life that is responsive to Spirit's next expression. And that brings us to movement 11. Let God. Let's say it together. Let God. When I let go, I let God. Letting God is not literally Jesus take the wheel. That could be dangerous, right? I mean, unless Jesus has a valid driver's license, then that could be okay, I suppose. But seriously, letting God is cooperating with divine activity. It's letting Spirit be your GPS. You're still driving the car, but you're letting God guide you. Let's say this one. Be still and know that I am God. Calming. Right? When you say it, you feel that energy calming you. And now, from Charles Fillmore, read the next one with me. The mind of the Spirit will guide you in perfect ways, even in the minute details of your life, if you will let it do so. So letting God is that shift from self-reliance to accepting God as our guiding partner. Because we're not meant to carry everything alone. And letting God is seeking that guidance through prayer, through meditation, through coming here, through being renewed and refreshed, through affirmation, or whatever way works best for you. So there's a story. A man had a backpack, and he had a habit of carrying every problem in his life and putting it into the backpack. He could do that, right? He couldn't take this backpack off. It just felt so heavy on him. Work stress, backpack. Family tension, backpack. Conversation he wished he had handled differently, backpack. Argument he had, backpack. He didn't even realize how heavy this backpack was. He just assumed that life was supposed to feel like that. One morning, as he was stuffing even more of his worries and his concerns into this backpack, the zipper finally gave out, and everything spilled across the floor. And he stared at it. All his stuff, all his worries, all his, I'll deal with this later. Then he did something surprising. He didn't pick it up. He didn't try and fix it. He just left it there. He went to work without it. And he said, I felt weirdly light. I kept reaching for the backpack, but it wasn't there. But that little act didn't fix everything or solve every problem or make him enlightened. He just stopped carrying what he didn't need to carry. He released, he let go, he let God. And he said, I didn't know how heavy all that was until I finally set it down. Who's ever been there? Yeah, backpack. Letting God is realizing you've been trying to be the architect, the contractor, and the building inspector all at once. And it hasn't been working out too well. Letting God is where our inner architecture becomes truly spirit-inspired. It's where the blueprint expands beyond limitations. And letting God is inviting divine wisdom into the grand opening of the beautiful temple, the beautiful space we've created in our inner sanctuary. Now we go to the last movement, movement 12. Let's say it together. Understand. When I let God, I understand. So understand brings us full circle back to the beginning of this beautiful writing. And we return to this and we remember that understanding is one of our what? Unity 12 powers again. It's not as I get it, but as spiritual perception. And every time we come back to this power, something in us has shifted. Every time we read through the poem, every time we do the 12 powers, every time we come here, something shifts within us. Something has been released. Something has been let go of. Something has been strengthened, encouraged, or awakened. Let's say this together. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understanding. So understanding in unity, it's not about problem solving or analysis. It's seeing through the lens of spirit. And that's not always easy to do in the world we're living in, is it? It's not always easy to look at things in the outer and say, well, I'll just put my spiritual hat on and see it's all good and it's all great and hunky-dory. It's kind of challenging to do that at times. And that's why the architecture of spiritual deepening is circular. It's not linear. We don't just do it once. We keep coming back. We return to understanding because clarity rises when we surrender. Let's say this together. Understanding is the ability to know and to perceive spiritually. Understanding is spiritual perception, the ability to see from a higher vantage point. It's the ability to go to that point where everything comes together. We don't go through these movements just once. We continue to go through them. And we can start at any point. We can enter at any point. But wherever we enter, we'll eventually return to understanding, where the inner structure expands and spirit's perspective meets us. And just like in one of my favorite Peter Gabriel songs, In Your Eyes, where it says, whichever way I go, I come back to the place you are. We come back to the place where spirit is. Wherever we go, we come back to that place. We come back to Spirit. Spirit never leaves us, but we are always coming back for more deepening. Understanding is the grand opening, the unveiling of a life that sees from Spirit, responds from Spirit, and begins again from Spirit. So over these past 3 weeks, we've built a spiritual structure using a simple poem by Jay Woods. And we're going to anchor this entire series with a beautiful version of this poem in a song.
When I stand under, I support. When I support, I lift up. When I lift up, I raise. And when I raise, I praise. And when I praise, I encourage. And when I encourage, I strengthen. When I strengthen, I empower. And when I empower, I release. And when I release, I let go. And when I let go, I let God. And when I let God, I understand. Yes, I understand. When I understand, I stand under. When I stand under, I support. When I support, I lift up. When I lift up, I raise. And when I raise, I praise. And when I praise, I encourage. And when I encourage, I strengthen. When I strengthen, I empower. And when I empower, I release. And when I release, I let go. And when I let go, I let God. And when I let God, I understand. Yes, I understand. Yes, I understand. Yes, I understand.
Do you like that way of anchoring it? Yeah, it's a great song, isn't it? And so today you're going to receive a gift, which Jessie and someone else is going to help pass out. And yes, thank you, a little gift. And this bookmark that you're going to receive is your blueprint. So I invite you to put it in a book that you're reading, or place it in your journal, or tack it on your bulletin board or on your fridge. It's a reminder that the architecture of spiritual deepening isn't just a 3-week series. It's something that we get to live. And so I hope you all get one. Is there enough for everyone? Awesome. I think everyone's got one up here. Great. You can just drop the rest with Deborah. Deborah will keep the rest for right now. Great. Everyone got one, right? Perfect. So that is, so keep that. And when you look at it, and if you're ever like, I don't remember what this is, well, guess what? All the messages are on YouTube, so you can go refresh your mind with those. And I hope you enjoyed this series. I had a lot of fun doing it. And as you can see from a little tiny poem, we got 3 weeks of real deepening within that. So now we're going to go to our say this. Let us say together, I am a joyful sharer of my good. Oh, no, we're not there. We're not there. Sorry. Yes. Let us start again. We're going to say, I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. One more time, because your minister mucked it up. I am a beloved child of God, here to be an ambassador of good. Yes, we are. And so now it is time to say this. So let us say together, I am a joyful sharer of my good. I remember that as I give, I receive, and that God is my source. Yes, indeed. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Divine blessings. We are so grateful for these gifts. And there is our Zelle and PayPal if you would prefer to do that. Thank you, Divine Spirit, for these gifts, because we know that without support, Unity of Tempe would not exist. And so we are grateful that for these the generosity, and we bless each person who gives, each person who is here. We bless with abundance and just divine wisdom and power and strength and love and understanding. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Ruth and Josh, so much. Thank you so much for your financial support. We really appreciate it. Oh, I thought there was another slide in here. Okay. There was one, but it's not in here. I hope my other ones are here. It was about staying connected on the go, even when you travel. We're so grateful for those who continue to support Unity of Tempe. I'm not sure where the slide went, but it was supposed to be in there somewhere. It'll be in next week. So let us affirm together our prayer for protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is. It is well with my soul, and I am grateful. Yes, indeed.